Well, here we are out and about in the beautiful Kingston-on-Thames, which is southwest London, beautiful riverside market town, and I'll show you some more of it later on. Well, here it is, the DJI Osmo Mobile 3. So this must be one of the first ones into the UK. I pre-ordered it on the DJI site. It was about 10 days in pre-order and then it got delivered. It arrived yesterday, FedExed, and so I haven't really had that long to have a play with it, find out how it all works, but I thought I'd bring it out into the wild to see how we get on. So a little bit later on I'll show you the unboxing, but just to take it out of here for the moment, I mean, the very first thing that you notice out of this lovely little hard case box is just the size of it. It is just tiny, isn't it? Really easy. Pack it in your bag and take it with you wherever you're going. So DJI have really thought about this. It just folds up, it's sort of spring loaded, and then it all comes into shape. As a device, it's been really well designed. So there's a little screw socket there, which is for counterweights for the phone gimbal. There's little locking lugs so that when you fold it down, it just fits in absolutely perfectly to where it's going to be, so it doesn't move around and get broken, and that just locks in as well. The battery lasts for about 12, maybe 15 hours if you read the instructions, 2.5 hours to charge. It's got a USB-C charging point, but the best thing about it is not just USB-C charging point, but it's also got a USB-A, which means you can put a cable into your phone to charge it when you're out and about, so that you don't run out of power. So you remember, those of you who had the Osmo 2, that when you've got your phone in, the edge of the phone where the microphone jack or maybe the charging socket would go would be here, and it would rub against here and you couldn't actually get those things plugged in. Well, here now it's all offset at an angle, so I'll show you in a minute. When the phone plugs in, it is well clear of here, so you've got all those ports ready and free to plug into. The extra thing on here is an extra button here, the trigger. This trigger is a game changer, and I'll say later, but I think this is one of the key reasons why I'd recommend that you change. It's also got a little hole here to put a strap that comes through it with it on the accessory kit, and also the standard tripod mounting, and I bought the tripod, and I'll show you that shortly. So there's the device. It's got various little labels on it. It's very well made. The handle is sort of that sort of rubber that's not too sticky, but you know, it gives you that good solid non-slip grip, which is absolutely fantastic. These buttons on the front are much the same as the Osmo 2. You've got this left, right, up and down. You've got wide angle telephoto. You've got start and stop record, whether it be a video or a still, and you've got the mode button here. So all in all, well designed device, and it's much easier to get the phone in and balance it. So let me put the phone in. I won't show you the balancing it. I'll just put the phone in and we'll go through some of the actions of the device. So there we have it with the phone on, pretty much the same as all the other gimbals. You just balance it up like normal. So power it on. It's long hold of the power button. Of course you can pat, and there we go. So the first thing is it fires up in portrait mode. Double click the power button and it goes to landscape mode. So that's a really good feature just for flipping it around. The record button is here, just as standard, and the trigger button at the back. So the other thing to note is that the app controlling the DJI Mobile 2 was the DJI Go app. This is the Mimo app, so I've uninstalled the Go app and put the Mimo app on. It sort of works the same, it's the same sort of features. You've got some extra bits and bobs in it. I suspect they'll keep updating the software, but one of the other cool things they've got storyboards. So based on the storyboard that you select, you can put some stories together. It stitches various bits of video together to create a sort of an exciting, moving sort of story, which is all help to us amateur filmmakers. Moving the gimbal, it's really quite solid, as you can see. It's quite hold it. There's three ways to hold this. There's the standard way like this. There's that way, which just takes a little bit of practice. You've got to angle your wrist. You might remember with the Mobile 2, you could hold it like that, the torch way. You can't do that with this device. Or you can hold it upside down like that. Obviously, for those low down shots, I can't quite show you here. I guess I can get back. There we go, the low down shots like that. And that's how you do it. So the last bit of kit that came with this is the tripod. It's really very useful. It's just a three-legged tripod with a standard mount. screws on the bottom. You could screw any device here, GoPro devices, standard tripods, whatever you like, but it's a good solid platform. The big difference between this and the Osmo Mobile 2 is the Osmo Mobile 2 was angled in such a way that it would actually stand up on its own, slightly precariously, but it would nevertheless. With this, because of the way it's angled and the whole thing's been designed, you cannot stand this up on its own. You need some sort of tripod type device. So unlike the Osmo Mobile 2, this is actually a critical piece of equipment you really need for this, for taking maybe time lapses or even just some steady shots. In my view, the functions of the trigger just make such a difference over the Osmo 2. So holding the trigger focuses just on the point that you're trying to, so it stops the gimbal moving, it just fixes the position. A double tap returns it to its standard position, so if I put it off and double click it, it recenters it. And one click and then a hold down puts it in sports mode, so as I pan, it pans much quicker and keeps up with the action. So that trigger is a game changer over the Osmo 2, and I think for that reason alone and its size is probably the key reasons why I'd recommend you get an upgrade. So it really is a great device. It's getting very windy here. This is the first outside production of one of these videos I've done, and I have to say I've learned so much about outside production aside from the DJI. I'm going to take some great photos of Kingston now, just so that you can see the quality of the stabilisation. I'll stitch them all together with the unboxing as well, and let's see what sort of video we can put together. I hope you've enjoyed watching. My name's Simon.